Imagine a car so affordable it could put millions of families on four wheels for the first time. A vehicle designed to be the people's car, priced at just around $2,500 brand new. This was the dream behind the Tata Nano, a car that promised to revolutionize transportation in India and beyond. It was an engineering marvel, a testament to frugal innovation. Yet, despite its noble intentions and groundbreaking price, the Tata Nano became one of the most famous product failures in recent history. It was a car that should have sold in the millions, but instead, it sputtered and stalled in the marketplace. So what went wrong? Why did the world's cheapest car fail so spectacularly? The story isn't just about a car. It's a fascinating look into human psychology, the power of marketing, and the complex relationship we have with the things we own. The idea for the Nano came from a moment of inspiration. Ratan Tata, the chairman of the Tata Group, saw a family of four precariously balanced on a single scooter, navigating through the rain. He realized that for millions, this was the daily reality of travel, unsafe, uncomfortable, and exposed to the elements. He envisioned a safer, more dignified alternative that was within their reach. The goal was ambitious, to create a 1 lakh car, which translates to a car costing 100,000 rupees, or roughly $2,500 at the time. This was a price point previously unheard of in the automotive industry. To achieve this, Tata's engineers had to rethink everything about how a car is made. They made hundreds of cost-saving innovations. The car had a single, large windshield wiper instead of two. The trunk didn't open from the outside. You had to access it from inside the car to save on the cost of a hinge mechanism. It had 3 lug nuts on its wheels instead of the usual 4. The instrument cluster was placed in the center of the dashboard to make it cheaper to produce both left-hand and right-hand drive versions. Every single component was scrutinized for potential savings, without compromising the core function and safety of the vehicle. When it was unveiled in 2008, the world was stunned. The media hailed it as a game-changer, a people's car for the 21st century. It was a symbol of India's rising engineering prowess. But the very thing that made the Nano famous would also become its greatest weakness: its price. The marketing campaign centered almost entirely on its affordability, branding it as the world's cheapest car. This label, intended to highlight its value, instead attached a powerful stigma to it. In a society where a car is a major status symbol, nobody wants to be seen driving the cheap option. Owning a car in a developing economy isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's a declaration of arrival, a sign that you have moved up in the world. A car is an aspirational purchase. It's a reflection of your success and your family's social standing. By positioning the Nano as the cheapest car, Tata Motors inadvertently positioned it as a car for the poor. It transformed an aspirational product into a compromise. People didn't want to buy a car that announced to their neighbors and friends that they could only afford the most basic option available. They would rather wait and save up for a slightly more expensive, but more prestigious, second-hand car from a brand like Maruti Suzuki or Hyundai. This psychological barrier was something the company severely underestimated. They were selling a utility, but the market was buying a status symbol. Then, the problems got worse. Shortly after the first cars hit the road, reports began to surface of Nanos spontaneously catching fire. Images of the small, cheerful-looking cars engulfed in flames spread like wildfire across news channels and the internet. While the number of actual incidents was statistically very small, the damage to the car's reputation was immense. Tata Motors investigated and attributed the fires to foreign electrical equipment being installed by owners after purchase or to faulty wiring in early models. They offered to recall and refit the cars with better safety features. But the perception had already been set. The cheap car was now also seen as an unsafe car. For a family moving up from a two-wheeler for safety reasons, the idea of their brand new car being a fire hazard was a deal-breaker. The two core pillars of the Nano's appeal, affordability and safety, were crumbling. The initial production plans were also hit by major setbacks. The factory intended to build the Nano was met with fierce protests over land acquisition, forcing Tata to relocate the entire manufacturing plant. This delayed the car's launch by months, creating a gap between the initial hype and the actual availability of the vehicle. By the time the Nano finally reached showrooms in significant numbers, much of the initial excitement had faded. The delays and negative press gave competitors time to react, and gave potential buyers time to have second thoughts. The momentum was lost. Ultimately, the Tata Nano was an incredible engineering achievement let down by a misunderstanding of the customer. It solved a practical problem brilliantly, but it failed to address the emotional and social desires of its target audience. People don't just buy products, they buy what those products say about them. They buy stories, they buy status, and they buy a sense of identity. The Nano was a brilliant answer to the wrong question. The market wasn't asking for the cheapest car, it was asking for an affordable way to feel successful and secure. The failure of the Nano serves as a powerful lesson for businesses and marketers everywhere. It shows that in the world of consumer goods, perception is often more powerful than reality. The psychology of cheap can be a dangerous trap. While a low price can grab attention, it can also devalue a product in the minds of consumers, especially for items that are deeply tied to personal identity and social standing. The story of the world's cheapest car is a reminder that to truly succeed, you need to understand not just what your customers need, but what they aspire to be. Thank you for watching. If you found this story interesting, consider subscribing to Ude Repo for more deep dives into the fascinating world of business and innovation.